Good morning. Welcome to Morning Chit with Eric Fell. I'm the host of Morning Chit with Eric Fell, Eric Fell, and I have no idea if this is even streaming. I've made the switch over to YouTube thanks to Twitch suspending me multiple times for having an offensive username. That username, Eric Fell. But now I'm over here on YouTube. I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it a go, as the old Sandwiches of History Barry says. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, subscribe to that channel. Of course, after, subscribing to my channel. What channel is that? Well, that's the one that's right here. It's my YouTube channel. It's Eric Fell. Hello. Oh my goodness. I am streaming. This is good news. I'm not used to the setup. How to set up YouTube for streaming. I will get used to it, but in the meantime, I hate it. If I'm not used to something, I hate it because I am a 6-year-old. That's yeah. So yeah, I see people are coming in the chat. Hello. Welcome to the Chit. Good to see you again. And if it's your first time, good to see you. And you're like, I don't understand what all the drama is. I don't understand what all the drama is either. And there is more drama. Am I suspended from Twitch again? No, not yet. I'm just going to try YouTube, keep going on YouTube for a bit, see what happens. I may figure out Stream Elements, which is a thing that kind of helps me out with some of the things on OBS sometimes, can multi-stream. The problem with multi-streaming through OBS is it renders twice. So it uses up twice as much computing power. And right now, my CPU usage on OBS is 0.7%. Okay, well, maybe we could give it a try next week. So I'll try some multi-streaming next week when I'm a little less pressed for time. Because in my profession, I'm gonna put that in air quotes. Do I have a profession besides this? Do I? Speaking of which, if you wish to support the channel in your position to do so, you can do so at coffee.com/EricFell. I will keep saying that a lot because my first paid gig of the year is today, and we are almost done the damn month. So yeah, my first sort of entertainment gig is today. It is in fact at 11:30 Pacific. And they've even gone, can we start earlier? I'm like, I got a thing. So as soon as I'm done the Chit here, it's an online gig too. As soon as I'm done the Chit here, I do a quick change into a suit. I switch out my microphone for a wireless one, and I put up a PowerPoint deck, essentially, of, I'll say what it is. I'm doing a trivia / game show comedy thing, and then I can do that for 90 minutes for a client. And then, only then, will I have breakfast. That should be fun. Yeah. And let me just take a look here. I think there's some good news from our pals in the Chit's chat. You're starting work at the new job on Monday. Switch Creed. Congratulations. That's amazing. And they're giving you a 100K signing bonus. Now, folks, I'm going to let you in on something. First of all, that's a huge congratulations. And second of all, that's pounds. That's not like Canadian dollars. That's not US dollars. That's pounds. So wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. Hopefully you'll still be able to work from home or your summer house and hang out here with us in the Chit. Animator Valerie, you're saying your company's restructuring, dissolving your department, so you're out of work in a month. Oh my gosh. Animator Valerie, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, like my entire month for gigs, I'm at 2 gigs for the whole month. And that ain't good. If I worked that out to like an hourly thing, I'd cry. Yeah. But, stuff is being worked towards. I am launching a Patreon. I will be launching a Patreon. I am creating enough things at launch time to make the Patreon worth it. So it's not going to be like, hey, join my Patreon, throw some money my way. And maybe, just maybe, some stuff will show up. No, stuff will be like, there will be stuff on the Patreon at launch. In fact, I will not even give a launch date until I have enough stuff that I feel is worth it. Switch Creed, you're selling your Mercedes and you're getting yourself a Bentley Continental. Well, Bentley. Well, once again, congratulations. I know that's going to be a big change for you. I know you're a big fan of the Mercedes. Yeah, Switch Creed's coming and going, hey, I got a job, got a signing bonus, get a new car. Me and Animator Valerie were like, this world is crap. Yeah, just it's great. No, seriously, I'm very happy for you. We all have different types of news we're sharing lately. So the Patreon will be launched. I've just got to work out how to use it. And also, like I said, I'm making enough stuff. I got about an hour's worth of watchable stuff that is in various stages. One is about ready to go. Because here's one of the things I want to do. Should I tell you this? Should I be saying this out loud? Will the algo pick me up? I've noticed that there are videos online on this very YouTube where they're showing copyrighted stuff or clips of copyrighted things and going, oh, these are reactions. And they're still up. But it's like, oh, here's a minute here, here's a minute there. And then they'll say, hey, go to my Patreon and get the whole thing. So, yeah, maybe something like that'll happen. Maybe something will be put up in sections. Maybe some TV show riffs will be put up in sections. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? We'll see. And Animator Valerie, I'm also, honestly, whenever I hear people having good news, I'm really, really happy. What bugs me is when someone has good news and other people don't have good news, and the other people who don't have the good news genuinely try to make the other person feel bad for having good news. Which, happens a lot on social media. It's like, oh, I got a birthday card. Yeah, well, some people don't have birthdays, Eric. Some people don't get cards. Some people, yeah, and I'm really happy to hear that things are turning around for you, Switch Creed. That's great, and I'm hoping that momentum will keep going for you, and I'm hoping that it'll the momentum will spread like peanut butter on the toast of the world. I can't eat peanut butter anymore, and I miss it, so sometimes I think about it. Oh, I'm not going to show you what this is yet. This is something. This is really something. Oh my gosh, I got a subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deucenage. That is awesome. Yeah, you've been spotted. I didn't know that would pop up in the chat either. Switch Creed, you're saying you never want birthdays, but you're forced to have them. I'm having one in March. I'm having a big one. I turn 50. I turn 50 in March. And I didn't think I would start to feel that anxiety of rapid onset irrelevance. Is a good way to put it. But it's there, and I hate it. And I know it's fake, but it's there. It's really like a fascinating thing. Like I'm experiencing it, but I know it's not real, but I'm still experiencing it. And I don't care for it. But it's it's coming up fast. It's coming up March 19th. Yeah, we were thinking of doing some fun stuff for my birthday. I don't know. I may have a couple people out for dinner. I don't know. Some people have suggested I do a great big thing. I don't know if I want to. Yeah. I guess Switch Creed 47 is coming June. You couldn't give it. Yeah, you know what? When I was turning 47, gosh, What year was it? 47, 47, 47, 47, 47. Well, it was 3 years ago. It was 2023. I liked 47 because I was, back outside doing things. Yeah, 47 was all right. 48 was the kidney stone. And now I'm pushing 50. Up a hill, Sisyphus style. Was that Sisyphus? Was Sisyphus the rock? Who's the guy who gets eaten? Who's the guy who gets his liver eaten all the time? And who's the guy who pushes the rock up? Sisyphus is the rock up the hill, right? I don't know. It's an old story. I don't understand most fiction that's over 30 years old. See, I'm trying to sound young now. I don't know. I'm too young for Sisyphus. Yeah, I know. But it's been, I hope everybody's week has been good though. It's been it's been foggy weather where I am. Not super, super cold. I think this week is the first time we've dipped below freezing in this year. Yeah, so that's what's been going on here. Switch Creed, you went to the opticians today for glasses. I also wear glasses, but not often. I find I do better without them. So yeah, okay, good. Sisyphus is the rock. That's right, because his name is Dwayne Sisyphus Johnson, and that's how we know Sisyphus is the rock. Laughter goes here. Now, I've got a little something here. I've got to congratulate Switch Creed on the new career, and I'm going to congratulate Switch Creed on going to the opticians, taking care of their eyes. But, you've really got to be sharp with your eyes. You really got to take care of those because you won't always have plants around to help you with this.
Can a plant really identify a murderer?
You met a guy called Al the other day? Al? Like that? Is that how you pronounce Al? Al. Here we go. Here comes the glasses. There's the glasses. But I do better without the glasses than with the glasses because one of my eyes needs a stronger prescription than the other. So this is my strong eye. This is the evil eye. I've got apparently I do. I've got what was it called? Then I've got odiferous ocular affectation, which of course is stink eye. Look, I got a lot on my mind here, okay? They can't all be gold. It's horse time.
Hoofprints or not, this horse witnessed the murder.
There you go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, his name was Al, and yeah. I get it now. I thought that I met somebody whose name was a question mark. You met the Riddler. Oh my gosh. I'm still enjoying my pour over coffee. Oh my gosh. It takes a little time. You can't set it and forget it is what I'm trying to say. But, you put a little care into it, little hot water, little ground coffee. And there's a coffee roastery near me. I'm actually near the roastery for JJ Bean, which is nice, but also Agro Coffee, which is less expensive than JJ Bean. So JJ Bean, I'm more than happy to sponsor you if you send me coffee. But Agro Coffee, they're a smaller outfit, and they're really nice. They got a nice variety of beans. So I'm gonna start buying from them again. They're really good. And we got Poutine McFlurry 3544. Listen, the horse and the plants have been talking. And they're they get their story straight. You know, that you don't want a plant to lie and you don't want a horse to lie. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. That's what we should do. We should find more clips like this and make our own murder mystery show and have like, you know, because we've got the horse that witnessed a murder. We got the plant identifying the killer. Is the plant a mentalist? That's a good question. Is this plant was this plant there because they witnessed the crime, or is the plant like brought in? We're bringing in a specialist, and then like, this is Fern, and then Fern is like, "That's right, it was you," because Fern Brady. Apologies for the awful Scottish accent. Yes, Lava Being. My Twitch account is back up. I'm just tired. I'm just like, I'm gonna try to multi-stream next week. I'm gonna try to go like on both. Sort of like what I did with Laser Chat, which I want to bring back so bad. So I'm just fiddling with the thing. I pulled out of storage because Katie and I are just trying to figure out some new like sort of sound system things. And I remembered I have my old Chromecast audio. And I'm going to say this, and this is probably going to get me kicked off of YouTube. Back when Google made cool shit. So I still got that. So I may find an old speaker with an aux in and hook this back up. Because, yeah, I'm just thinking about that. And we got the Lava Being back here. Have I finally lost it? I finally lost. That's fine. That's fair. But I do think there should be like a horse and a plant solving crimes, or maybe the plant interrogates the horse. I think it could work. Yeah. We could make it work. We'll put it out into the universe. We'll pitch it. You know, I'm sure that CBC has a budget for homegrown Canadian television shows. Boy, do I hope they do, because I'm working on one right now to pitch to them, and I'm really happy with it, and I think it's very funny, and I'm working on it with another writer, and I think it's got legs, and I think it's very funny, and it's some of the. I'll say I'm really proud of the writing, which I'm rarely proud of my writing. I found my old MP3 player too, by the way. Check this out. Look at this little guy here. You know, I could no. Yeah. So I'm. If you know me, and I'd like to think that you do to some extent, I normally don't brag about how good my stuff can be, but this stuff that I'm writing for this project is some of the best, most proudest. I can't even say it. I'm really proud of this, and I want it to become real. So, what would I call the horse and plant show? That is a really good question. Because it's plant, it's horse, it's crime. So you got to mix all these things up. Okay, here's the idea. The horse, it's called Leaves and Hooves. But the plant is named Fern Hooves. And the horse is named Applesauce Leaves. There it is, Leaves and Hooves. Because all those, right? Because when the times I get... So we got something called BritBox here, Switch Creed. It's a streamer. I think BBC and another... ITV joint forces created a thing called BritBox. So if you want to watch, you know, murder mysteries, that's what you watch. That's the channel that you get. And so many of them, I noticed, like, there's Rosemary and Thyme, Shakespeare and Hathaway. But Shakespeare and Hathaway, the guy's name is Hathaway and the woman's name is Shakespeare. So that's how they do it. Horse and plant solve mysteries. You know what, Lava Being? I just like horse and plant solve mysteries. I like something that says what it does on the tin. I respect it. I enjoy it. Because you go, oh, Hooves and Leaves, what's that? Well, let me tell you the show. Or if you go, I'm watching a show right now. What's the name of the show? Horse and Plant Solve Mysteries. What? But of course, the plant's name is Fern Horse, and the horse's name is Applesauce Plant. That's how it works. Thunder and Ficus. Yeah. Thunderbolt and Ficus. Very, very frightness me. Galileo. There you go, Poutine McFlurry 3544. That's exclusively how you watch murder mysteries. I've yet to watch Ludwig. I really want to watch it. I'm a fan of David Mitchell. I'm of that age where it's like, oh yeah, David Mitchell. He's one of those contemporary comics. 50 in March. Yeah, so it's I don't watch a ton. I can't say I don't watch a ton of murder mystery. I watched Murder, She Wrote last night. Katie and I watched Murder, She Wrote. We picked up the series and we watched a Murder, She Wrote, and it was about an aerobics instructor comes to Cabot Cove, and all the ladies are super, super thirsty for aerobics instructor guy, and then someone dies. But it's not the aerobics instructor guy, but he's set up for it. And it was, there's a character on Murder, She Wrote. So we've got, right, your Tom Bosley sheriff, and then you've got the other sheriff who comes in after Tom Bosley, after, Mr. C leaves to go do Father Dowling mysteries, and then that doesn't quite work out as well. There's another sheriff, but he's got a deputy named Floyd. But it kind of talks like this. But he does it with like a super New England accent because they're in New England. And I'm going to put this clip, I'm going to make a clip of this. It's a clip from Murder, She Wrote. And this guy comes in, Floyd, and he says, Sheriff, we've got another body, a minister. And I think that we got another body, a minister, is going to go perfect with the Jonathan Frakes plant and the horse. And maybe he's now promoted to sheriff. And he's like the skeptical sheriff that doesn't listen to the horse and the plant who are trying to solve mysteries. I don't think that murder is right there, Plant. What do you think, horse? Apologies to everybody from New England. You've got your own problems right now. No point in having me add to them. Yeah, the worst thing that's happened today is that guy on YouTube it did a bad New England accent. Now I'm angry. Seriously, we hope everybody's okay down there. We know it's awful. Oh my gosh. Trinity 546 is here, folks. If you were hanging out with me on the Amazon-owned place, you will know that Trinity 546 was known there as Tipperoonie, but we all know her as Katie. 50s not bad. Wasn't Rodney Dangerfield in his late 50s when he did Caddyshack and his career took off? This is true. I'm not like, oh, I'm 50 and my life. I'm 50 and my life is chaos. Because there's a part of me that's like, are there new grants I can qualify for? I went into PharmaSave the other day. I point there because that's the direction I have to walk in to go to went into a PharmaSave. I'm 5 years away from their seniors discount. What the hell? See, we were sold a bill of goods, and that bill of goods was no good. And that bill of goods was Freedom 55. If you are a Canadian who is around my age, there are a lot of ads for Freedom 55. You can retire by 55. Oh my gosh. My goodness. I'm not even going to be able to qualify for a loan at 55. My God. Lava Being. Yes, there's a Masters of the Universe remake. They're apparently, if they're doing stuff like putting the hey stuff in there, I don't know. I don't need a self-aware He-Man. I'm not gonna lie, I don't need any He-Man. I used to watch He-Man when I was little, and I thought it was ridiculous when I was little. Like when I was like when I was like six or seven, I think when it came out. And it was, for me, I was just like, this is like, I used to, my sister and I used to make fun of it. Like there's that bit where He-Man punches the screen and goes straight into the screen. We used to like run up to the TV and then like put our face up to the TV and he would hit and we'd, throw ourselves back like we're doing stunts. And Switch Creators already created the Leaves and Who's DVD cover and posting it on Discord now. Unfortunately, of course, it is Region B, so we won't be able to watch it. No, I'm kidding. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, the Fabulous Secret Powers. If they're quoting it in the, I don't know. That's like let's finally give Chewie his medal. Oh, for crying out loud. It's an outside joke. You're putting it in that. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't always work for me. Yeah. I've not seen the trailer. I don't really intend to. I know I'm around the right age for it, but if that just not my bag. I'll say that. There you go. Lava Bean. Power Rangers was the first show you thought was ridiculous and stopped watching after an episode or two. Yeah, I think Power Rangers came out like when I was like 17, so I was just a little bit too old for it too, and I went, oh, okay. Okay, I see what they're okay. And then I, kind of, yeah. But there are other fun things out there yeah, I'd say I found that maybe, is this because I'm getting old, or is this because there's just certain pop culture is so fractured now? There's so much stuff that I don't have an interest in. But I can't because I'm getting old, but the He-Man movie, Masters of the Universe. I should be the target demographic, right? Right, because I'm like the age where people spend money. I was never big on the big muscly things. I do remember the other thing I used to do is my friends and I used to run like He-Man, and we used to run like this and stop, then keep running. That was one of the things we do. We'd always just do that and scream, "Got to time this just right," as we were pretending to jump on things. So yeah, we would kind of make fun of He-Man on at the playground. Which weird memories when thinking back. And of course, my favorite He-Man character is, there's two. Obviously, Skeletor is great. We all love Skeletor, right? He's amazing. But there's a couple other characters. Fisto, of course, right? But Scareglow. So Scareglow is, he came out as a glow-in-the-dark skeleton. And on the package, it said, and I'm going to get this correct, because he is not, hang on, he's supposed to be this, he's a ghost, but he's the ghost of a skeleton. Not only is he the ghost of a skeleton, he is Skeletor's ghost. And it would said it on the original packaging. It said evil ghost of Skeletor or something like that. Let me just find this is that Scareglow, evil ghost of Skeletor, glows in the dark. So he's a glow in the dark figure. And he's a ghost of Skeletor, which means he's from the future, right? Because Skeletor in the present is still kicking around. So that means that Skeletor went to the future, recruited Scareglow, his own ghost, came back to the present, and is using him to fight He-Man. I think that's pretty wild. That's where I'm like, okay, that's great. But I also think that was a typo. I think they mean like Skeletor has a friend who is an evil ghost. But yeah, Ukes a Hazard, you're absolutely right. He-Man is the pinnacle of 80s Coke-fueled toy design. I mean, that is absolutely like, yeah, then you can lift anything. Yeah, throw stuff around. Oh man, I'm doing great. No bad ideas, guys. No bad ideas. There's a lot of stuff that was in the no bad ideas phase of executives, hip, deep, and nose candy. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I got it. There we go. Sorry. I needed to fix a little thing there. Fun fact, He-Man and Naruto aired 19 years apart. Naruto first aired 24 years ago. We're all elderly. Old age is something that I hope happens to all of us. Right? Because when people are like, oh, I want to stop aging. No, there's only one way to stop aging, and I'd advise against it. There. I've done my public service for the day. Applause goes here. Yeah, speaking of fun, I did get up to some stuff this week. I did manage to get out of the house, do some stuff, get some stuff done. And remember, I do have to end this a little on the quick side because I do have that gig that, God, I wish it started half an hour later. Let me just, it starts at 11:30 because 11:30 to 1, and then I got to prep everything. I got to turn this into like a game show. Yeah. Yeah. So when you are looking back at stuff like that, it is kind of wild when you're like, I'm sorry, that's how long ago? That's how long ago? Because when sometimes you think, oh yeah, that's a contemporary thing. You're like, that was 20 years ago. I occasionally teach kids improv, and one of the sisters of the kids came up to me and she complimented me rocking the 90s style. Oh man, I love 90s stuff. I really like your style. I'm wearing like a flannel shirt and jeans and my Doc Martens. And I'm just getting into these bands, Wow, they're really good. And then she starts talking about Nickelback, and I'm like, huh. Obviously, I'm not going to make fun of a little kid for something they like, but that was really bad. It's like my immediate reaction was, I'm really like getting into like 90s bands like Nickelback. I'm like, have you heard of Soundgarden? That's all I can say. Have you heard of Soundgarden? The live action remake of 101 Dalmatians happened closer in time to the moon landing than the present day. I don't know if you know this, but the original Star Wars happened closer to the pyramids being built than the pyramids being built to today. That's true. I'm not advanced. I think this is like the second time the 90s have come back. Right? So I just hang around and I wait to come back in style. If you go to the Levi's store, there are specific 501s called 501-93, and they're cut like they were in 1993. And I didn't know that. And I just let me grab a pair of 501s and try them on. I'm like, wow, these are the comfiest jeans I've ever worn. Like, yeah, they were cut like it's 1993. I wish I was cut like I was in 1993. My goodness, I was a lot smaller. I was just as tall in 93. I was 100 and... No, I want to be bigger than I was. I was 140 pounds in 1993. You could actually pick me up and use me to break into a car. That's how skinny I was. I was so, and I was eating, right? I was like, I'm 17 years old. Right? I'm eating 8,000 calories a day and nothing's happening to me. I was like, people thought I was sick. But I wasn't. I was just really skinny. My appetite did not go away, but my metabolism slowed down. Wow. Yeah. Deucenage, you learned of the existence of a cartoon called Tiger Sharks. It's like Thundercats, but with marine animals. And there's a villain named Dragonstein. It was this. He's a dragon-shaped character with different colored limbs, stitched neck bolts. And in the first episode, there are shots where they already forgot to draw the neck bolts. Oh, how old is this? That to me sounds... Is that Deke? Tiger Sharks cartoon. Let's take a look at it. It is 87... Made by Rankin Bass. That is surprising. Rankin Bass, they did a lot of 2D animation stuff. Most notably, I would say, The Last Unicorn, the Hobbit, Return of the King. I don't know if they did Flight of Dragons, but they're best known for their stop motion Christmas specials like Rudolph and Year Without a Santa Claus and all that stuff. Wow. And with characters like Captain Bizzerly, Dragonstein, Spike Marlin, Long John Silverfish. Oh, God. Oh, what a horrible sounding creature. It sounds like one of those gross background guys on SpongeBob. Soulmate, a humanoid and only female member of Captain Bizzerly's crew who dresses like a samurai. She wields a sword, among other weapons. I don't know who wrote this, but the only female member of Captain Bizzerly's crew who dresses like a samurai. So is she the only female member who dresses like a samurai? Or is she the only female member? Also, she dresses like a samurai. Who knows? There's also Lump and Grunt. Other characters, Papagallo, Hydra, Goby, and Bowfin. Bowfin. Oh, I forgot about the Mantanas with T-Ray, Shad, Dredge. These are just sounds that are coming out of my face. Let's look at the heroes. They're the protectors of Waterrow. There's Mako. There's Walro. Is Walro a walrus? Yes. Dolph, Octavia, Lorca, Bronk, who is a human seahorse hybrid. It's just a merman. Merman! Which brings us back to He-Man. And then there's Sark AI, because, they didn't steal anything from Tron. It was part of a 90-minute mega show that aired on Sunday mornings. The Sunday morning cartoon. See, there was the after-school cartoons. There was the Saturday morning cartoons. Saturday morning cartoons were always the best. Those were the best ones. Those were the ones you had to look forward to. Sunday morning cartoons were the ones when you could convince your parents to not make you go to Sunday school in the morning, and you sat there and you went, oh, this is what's happening. And you'd watch like Hercules and Rocket Robin Hood. Yeah. Wow. New series of trivia questions are forming in Eric's head. Oh, God. Yeah. I'd love to get back to something like that. That's another thing I'm thinking about Patreon-wise is a gathering, an online gathering. I'll just do it like on Zoom. Just do Zoom calls. It's a monthly Zoom call for patrons or something. Like a trivia night. Lava Me, ask AI for a photorealistic version of these characters and be horrified because it's AI. I would say that they're already photorealistic in here. He's pointing at his heart for those of you who are just enjoying the audio. There it is. I was waiting for that, Katie. I was not going to say it, but I'm glad you did. Thank you. I'm going to take a sip and give a big round of applause. And that's why I married you. Have a sip of this. And, I should let you all know, though. What's up, me? Oh, folks. Folks. Okay. Now I want to make something called Ask Al. And just have a guy named Al, and everybody gets mad at him because they think he's some sort of AI, and they keep asking him questions, or they'll keep saying things to him like photorealistic picture of Lorca and Bowfin from. Why are you saying this to me? My name is Al. And the song will, of course, be that Paul Simon song. Folks, does anybody recognize? I want to know who recognizes this fella here. I was out and about yesterday. And I took a little walk, and I took a picture of this fella. Anybody recognize this sculpture at all? I'll wait. That's fine. You could, just start emailing everybody you know named Al all these questions, and just, I love that. But does anybody know who this is? This sculpture? We'll give it a sec. And time is up in 3, 2, 1. I don't know the latency on this. This is there. We have a park in Vancouver, and there the park is. I'm not even just going to say informally named after him, because they did put a sign up. It's traditionally known as Guelph Park. There it is, Animator Valerie. It is Dude Chilling, the titular Dude Chilling, from Dude Chillin' Park. Oh, Switch Creed. This dude is so happy. He's got a park named after him, and there's a beer named after the park. And the reason I took a picture from this angle is if I had taken a picture of it from like the angle straight on, there was a bunch of people day drinking in the park. And I didn't want to invade their privacy or bother them because I'm pretty sure they were not of drinking age. There it is. Ukes of Hazard, Weird AI Yankovic. There it is. You think the delay is really bad? Interesting. Okay. So I want, if you're able to chat, I want you to put the letter X in the chat, but don't hit enter yet. Hit enter or send when I clap. Here we go. Put X in the chat and don't hit send until I clap. 3, 2, 1. Now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really? 10. Really? 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 20 seconds, isn't it? 17, 18, 19, or none of you. 20 seconds. There it is. It is a 20-second delay. Okay. I wonder if, yeah. So I do a thing where you can answer trivia by hitting a buzzer. If you've been to some of my extra credit shows, you know how it works. But of course, because it's on the internet, it works worldwide, right? So I do this for my remote shows too. So I will definitely use Zoom over this. Lava Being says, you can call me Al. Things Chevy Chase is no longer invited to. Ouch. Yeah, boy. I guess Chevy Chase is in the find out portion of his career. Where he's like, what do you mean nobody likes me? Speaking of nobody likes me. Let's move on to the cursed image of the week. Hey, you know how I've been having trouble with Twitch? You know how I've been suspended twice for having an offensive username, and that username is just Eric Fell? Well, I got an email the other day that I want you to take a look at. Hello, Eric Fell. Copyrighted content has been detected in your video. The gentleman hecklers present Plan 9 from outer space. As a result, your video has been blocked and can no longer be played on YouTube. This is not a copyright strike and does not affect your channel. This is on YouTube. This is a video I put up 12 years ago. Apparently, on Sunday, Oxmode Affiliates, which absolutely owns the rights to Plan 9 from Outer Space 1958 full movie. Absolutely, 100%. Of course they do. Has decided to complain about anybody who's got Plan 9 from Outer Space. Yeah. So Plan 9 is public domain, and it... wow, look at mine now. And sometimes when stuff is public domain or people do copyright strike, people go, no, wait, I own the rights to it. And then it disappears for a while and then it comes back. And I know that's happened with some like music that composers are like, okay, this is free. I'm putting this out online free to use in your streams. And so that happened. Yeah. So I'm a little, I don't want to say annoyed because it's a 12-year-old video, and I'm not going to lie. I can write better stuff now, so I'm not too bothered by it. I just hope it doesn't turn into a whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to guess. Can I? I'm wondering if I can bump up all your permissions because you're all trustworthy. I'll find out a way how to bump up everybody's permissions so that there's no latency or something. So yeah, so I got a, what happened with Twitch? I see. So Switch Creed, your latency is apparently 4 weeks. Thank you. It was, when I got, so yeah, with Twitch, it's like, yeah, they've just put me back. They're like, yeah, no, we were right. Your name is offensive, but we looked at your case and we'll let it be. So yeah. But yeah, we have, I'll figure it out. I can't figure it out today because I do have to jump off because I got that gig. But Katie and I went thrifting and we saw some exciting things. There's something I bought and then something I didn't buy. You'll see the thing I didn't buy. Ukes of Hazard, you had a Journey cover on your channel for years. So Ukes of Hazard, now is this a ukulele cover? Because Ukes of Hazard does uke covers of songs, and if I'm not mistaken, the tabs are up there too. So you had a Journey cover on your channel for years. You didn't get a copyright flag on it till it was used on Stranger Things, and then the strike was for the remix, which came 5 years after your video. Yeah. Nobody. Okay, so with Twitch, they were not able to answer why or how. With Twitch, what they posted up for me was, we suspended you correctly. However, we looked at your case and I was like, how can you suspend me correctly? That my name is Eric Fell. That's just my name. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you word for word. Here we go. An update on your appeal from Twitch. A member of our team has reviewed your appeal and can confirm that the correct enforcement was issued. However, given the details of your case, we've determined that your appeal can be accepted. Oh, thank you so bloody much. Yeah. So, do you honestly think someone's reporting me on Twitch? Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but like someone who I just, banned for, and they're like, hey, what do they usually say? Lots of users over on this channel. The thing is, Switch Creed, I don't have any surviving enemies. So, no, it just could be just someone who's better. Or what my guess is just some sort of algorithmic thing gone crazy. I don't think anyone cares enough to go to that effort. But Katie and I, we went thrifting, and yeah, thanks, Ukes. Was it an attempt at an English accent? Well, no, nothing was. Yeah, Doc Mars Domaze, you were wondering what happened to me. You were like, yeah, I haven't seen me in a while. Yeah, so Doc Mars Tales to Amaze. I got suspended. I was streaming on Twitch and I got suspended from Twitch because my username was offensive and hateful. But my username is my name. So if my name is offensive and hateful, I don't know what to tell you. So we went thrifting and check this out. They had every James Bond movie on VHS, from Dr. No to The World Is Not Enough. Every single one, including Never Say Never Again. I thought this was so cool. Yeah. I thought this was a pretty darn rad. Well, Doc Mars Tales to Amaze, this is Sean. Hi, Sean. Yeah, so we have this. We didn't buy this because I don't have room. If I had had room, I would have bought all these. They were like $250 each, and they're still like, they look shrink wrapped, but someone like has pulled the tapes out and stuff. But no, Switch Creed, I didn't buy them because I physically don't have the room. I would have loved to have bought them. And they got that shrink wrap on them. So whoever owned these, like, carefully opened up the shrink wrap on the bottom to take the tapes out. And I know how old these are because I worked at a video store when these were released, and they came with pint glasses. Each Bond movie had a pint glass with the corresponding title with the exact same logo. And I still have Goldfinger and Thunderball pint glasses. And that was like that. So that's 96. So they're in really, really good shape for 1996. Yeah. So that's one of the things we saw. And I saw something else. And you know what? I should counter with classifying my name as offensive is offensive. And what do I think of that? They've offended me by saying I'm offensive. Yes, Superstar Sean. It is great to see you here. And I know I'm not going to get a bunch of people. Like I'm going to lose a bunch of people, and that's the way it works. But thank you for jumping in over here. I'm going to show you something I got. It's a CD, and I want to do something with it. And I'm not going to take credit for this. Katie 100% found this. Okay, it's a CD. It's called Pocket Manners for Men: Dining and Etiquette Guidelines at Your Fingertips by Sylvia McLaren Tischler. And as you can see, there is a guy who is enjoying the crap out of some spaghetti on a ridiculous plate. And the CD is in here. And it is a real press CD. It's not a CDR. And I'm going to read the back here. Have an important event coming up? Make sure to make a good impression. Not since your mother has anyone told you to mind your manners. You may lose a job opportunity, a sale, or a prospective mate because of your manners, the way you dress or how you speak. The sad truth is, no one will tell you. It's up to you to know and to practice good manners. This little book will provide you with expert guidance in the following business and social situations. Folks, here is the track listing. First impressions. Cocktail party do's and don'ts. Formal dinners. What and when to tip. Netiquette. Hosting and toasting. Navigating cutlery. And house guest etiquette. And much more. This is Sylvia McLaren Tischler. Tischler. And she's the founder and director of Frameworks Training and Finishing Academy. Oh my God, she's the founder of a finishing academy. Folks, this is going to be exciting. Throughout her years training young professionals in sales and presentation skills, she found that having polished manners can open doors to opportunities that you might otherwise miss for lack of making a good impression. Don't forget that, folks. So we are going to go through this at some point. I may riff it. I may use this for an extra credit. But once I listen to it, it might be useless. I'm sure I can make something of it. And we also found another CD. You know what? Lava Being, that is absolutely correct. This guy is, and Katie, I hope you're still on here. This guy is enjoying this spaghetti almost as much as the Pizza Hut lady is enjoying her pizza, which I don't have access to right now, but you know what I'm talking. The pizza lady had. Also picked up Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album. So that's cool. So we found a couple things. And yeah, like this thing was like $2. So we'll please tell me this is a whole booklet. Please tell me the liner notes is a whole booklet. Come on. Get out of there. Please. Boo. I was really hoping there'd be some liner notes. Maybe some lyrics. Yeah, speaking of lyrics, I did buy a new CD. But by that I don't mean a new release. I mean a CD that's like still new. Volume 2 includes meeting your daughter's boyfriend for the first time and attending a distant associate's funeral. You know what? Ukes of Hazard. Maybe Pizza Hut lady is Spaghetti Guy's prospective mate. Maybe they're both at tables for one, and they look at each other, and they stare at each other, and then the magic happens. That could be it. We'll make it. We'll make it as a spinoff of Leaves and Hooves. Yeah. So also want to show you, I bought a new CD, a CD still in the wrapper. I've been looking for this for a while. It was hard to find. It is called No One Sings Like You Anymore, and is Chris Cornell doing covers. And there's some really good ones. He does a John Lennon song that I really love that's on here. So I'm really, 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 really happy I picked that. The tie-in merchandise of Great Expectations is getting out of hand. Yeah, so there we go. All right. So I was going through some of my old riffing things, and I found we riffed Twilight many years ago, like 2018, the first Twilight. And I was looking at my old script, and back in the day, we used to write the riffs on our own. We couldn't see each other's scripts, so we didn't know what was going to happen. And I would just sit there in a Google Doc, and I would write the time code, and I'd write the joke. Yeah. And so here's from the script. And what I really like about this is there's a joke with some X's next to it right there. And this is the bit where Edward and Bella, she's like, I know what you are. And he's like, say it, say it, say it. And my riff at 50 minutes and 41 seconds is him saying, I'm Batman. And we were going through the thing. It's like, I don't know if the I'm Batman joke's going to work. And so this was years before he was cast as Batman. I'm like, that's a joke that now works better now. That, yeah. That's a joke that works now rather than then. So that was kind of cool. I also really liked the joke here. Where is it? As they're walking through the woods, I refuse to believe there's a forest next to a high school that isn't ankle deep in beer cans. That was a good one. We also had I think right. The one we kept is, I know what you are. Say it. You're Heisenberg. So that's the one that's aged out, right? The Heisenberg joke, it could still work. It's aged out. But the Batman one works. I think that's pretty great. And Doc Mars Tales to Amaze, you did get published. That's great. Congratulations. And Switch Creed's great seeing it. We'll see you again next week. I will keep you updated on whether we're on Twitch or YouTube or both. The best thing to do, of course, everybody, is keep an eye on the old Discord. Join the Discord. It's fun. It's good, and it's good for you. And yeah, so there will be some riffing stuff on the Patreon. I won't say what it is. There's stuff I'm working on. I can't guarantee anything. But I do want to talk about now. Deucenage, I hope you're here for this, because I know this falls into your wheelhouse with things that I've put in my eyes this week. And one of the things I put in my eyes this week is Godzilla versus, is it Gigan? What a movie! What a fun, incredible kaiju film this is. It does something that I've never seen a kaiju movie do before or since. First of all, it's 1972. The main character is a manga artist who gets hired by like a theme park, a Godzilla theme park, and the theme park guy's like, yeah, it's all world peace. It's all world peace. Yeah, no, the reason it's world peace is because I think they want to wipe out Monster Island or something. And they're alien cockroaches, actually. So that's insane. It's absolutely insane. But there's a bit where some signal goes out to Monster Island, and Godzilla is like, there's a signal. And Godzilla starts talking in this weird, like, roaring noise, and dialogue balloons show up when he talks. He's like, hey, Angurius. And Angurius is like, yeah, buddy. I don't know, so I want Angurius to sound like Brack. Yeah, buddy. So I can't do Brack. And so they have this little conversation that I've never seen again in another movie. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If there's another Godzilla movie that does this, I want to know, because I need to see it. This is on the Criterion Channel, probably also on Tubi. And I did a little Google Lens translation. And there's a bit where he says, hurry. But what he's actually saying is, let's eat. I'm just so delighted by this film. It is the silliest. Doc Mars Tales to Amaze, you just made a video about my situation on your channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That, of course, what that might do is that just might encourage people to try to see. One of the things I didn't want to talk about the suspension too much, because that might just encourage other people to go, yeah, why don't we just for fun? But then again, once again, I don't think enough people care. I thought that was absolutely amazing. Like that made me so happy. The talking Godzilla. It was really, really fun. Yeah, it just, but I love that he's like, let's eat. Hurry. He's like, hey, Angurius. Angurius like, yeah, buddy, what's up? He's like, hey, we gotta go back to Japan. There's some crap going down. Angurius is like, yeah, let's go to Japan. There's some crap going down. So they leave. So I can understand why hurry would be not, hey, let's eat. Like, should we stop by like a Five Guys or something? Should we do that? Get a bunch of fries? Maybe that was it. The Criterion Channel is the gift that keeps on giving, and I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Because it's got a bunch of the like that sort of first era of Godzilla films, and it's got a few from the more modern ones. So you're gonna get your old school ones like that. You're gonna get your Return of Godzilla, like the mid 80s to the 90s stuff, and they don't have any of the new stuff like Shin Godzilla or Godzilla -1, which there's a sequel to Godzilla -1 being made now. It's called Godzilla -0. I love that name, because isn't that just regular Godzilla? I also like the fact that Toho gives enough credit to their audience that they'll do Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1 and have them be completely separate continuities, and nobody's confused because nobody thinks they all have to be tied together. Thank you, Toho, for giving audiences credit. I don't know if, I think American audiences, North American audiences, have been so sort of weaned on this whole interconnected MCU nonsense that I think that like there would be some people who'd get upset if they just did stuff in their own continuity. I think, you know what I'd love is if every single James Bond movie that comes out now is a standalone James Bond movie in its own continuity, which is kind of what it was before. There was a couple mentions here and there, but it didn't matter. Yes, of course, Five Guys to them is them literally eating Five Guys. There it is. There it is. Well played, Doc Mars. Tales to Amaze. A flip side, I saw another movie. It was a Japanese-American co-production. A very sweet film, very good-natured film that I really, really enjoyed. It's from 1988, and it is called Tokyo Pop. And yeah, this is also on the Criterion Channel. It is really sweet and good natured. And yes, Doc Marsh, Tales to Amaze. Next time they should do Godzilla divided by 0. Godzilla to the power of 0. Yeah, so this movie, Tokyo Pop, is about an American singer played by Carrie Hamilton. And Carrie Hamilton, I want to make sure I get her name correct. Let me just look. Cast, Carrie Hamilton. Stars the late Carrie Hamilton, and she's a singer, and she just like goes to Japan to get a singing career there. And she meets this guy who's in this band, and it's a really, really sweet love story. It captures a sort of specific time in Japan too. Like it's 1988 Tokyo, and it is gorgeous, and it is so fascinating seeing Tokyo in that time, and it is really, really cool. I do recommend it. Like I said, it's really, really good natured. It's really sweet. And it is also when the movie starts, you'll see who's restored it. And so Carrie Hamilton was the daughter of Carol Burnett, actually. But the restoration for the movie was paid for by Carol Burnett, Dolly Parton, and Jane Fonda, which I was like, wow, that's really cool. Yes, Doc Mar's Tales to Amaze. I have heard the connecting theory that every James Bond is actually a different guy using James Bond as an alias. Yes, that's been around for a long time. That was first started, I believe, when George Lazenby stared into the screen and said, "This never happened to the other fellow," when he just broke the fourth wall and did that. The James Bond codename thing. Every James Bond is a different guy using the James Bond as an alias. Yeah, I know that that's a thing, but I don't think that's like the Casino Royale, despite having Judi Dench, was a reboot. So that Judi Dench is a different Judi Dench that denched for Brosnan. That codename theory goes way back, and I think it did start with Lazenby. But there are weird things that make it fall apart. In fact, it falls apart right away in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. There's a bit where Lazenby quits his job right off the top, and he's going through his desk and he's pulling out trinkets that he's collected from his previous movies back when he was Sean Connery. And like they play little bits of the theme. Like, so like he pulls out a little thing from Russia with Love. He pulls out a little thing from Goldfinger, and they right. And they play a little bit of the theme to let you know, this is the same guy. Look, it's him. It's the same guy. And you're like, yeah, it's not. It's George Lazenby. So I think that the code name theory falls apart right away. Yes, there was a manga publisher called Tokyo Pop. This is unrelated as far as I know. One may have named itself after the other. I don't know. But it's a really sweet little romantic comedy, and it's pretty good. Were they shot glasses? They were tiny little. I actually have some James Bond shot glasses too. I don't even like do shots. I'm not a guy who does shots, except at Jackalopes when I have the beef shots. But I for some reason I've gotten my hands on some shot glasses over the years. I'll take some pictures of them and put them up on the Discord or in the next stream. I got a couple of Bond ones. I got an Alfred Hitchcock one. I got a Bates Motel. I got one that says Property Bates Motel. I got them in Universal Studios. Judi Dench plays twins. It could be. Yeah. And their names are M and M. Oh God, I'm sorry about that one. Viewer drop. Yeah. So what are the other movies I saw this week? Oh, right. I did watch the second Lone Wolf and Cub film, Baby Car to the River Styx. It's a Lone Wolf and Cub movie, but it amps up the gore to a cartoonish level. And I'll leave that one at that. If Lone Wolf and Cub films are your kind of movie, this is one of them. That was kind of cool. We also did the old Alfred Hitchcock film Sabotage, or as Shatner says it, Sabotage, which, by the way, is the correct way to say it if you've grown up in Montreal. So I don't know if you've ever heard the sort of Shatner tantrum, meltdown, whatever, getting angry at an audio engineer, and they're trying to correct him on saying sabotage. And he says sabotage, and like, it's sabotage. And he's like, oh, no, you say sabotage. I say sabotage. It's because Shatner is from Quebec. And that's sabotage. That was it. And Dogmar's Tales of Mace, have I ever heard the other idea that Blofeld is actually the cat controlling the guy? I've heard the same thing about Dr. Claw on Inspector Gadget. I recommend checking out Sabotage. It's mid 30s, and let me bring it up here. 36. So, it's a 90-year-old movie starring Sylvia Sidney, who you may remember as the caseworker from the original Beetlejuice. And it's a really, really good movie about, sabotage. It is interesting to see where they were sort of geopolitically in the mid 30s in England. I won't go into it any further than that, but I would definitely say check that out. And of course, we watched the original Scarface, of course, starring Paul Muni and Boris Karloff and George Raft are in this. Boris Karloff's in this. I would, yeah, Doc Martens Tales from Ice. You don't like those Lone Wolf and Cub movies? They totally ripped off The Mandalorian. Oh, absolutely. What? How dare they? Scarface was an interesting movie. It's a Howard Hawks film, produced by Howard Hughes. And this is an even earlier film. This one is 32. So this is still pre-code. So the Hays Code had not come in full force. So this was a shockingly, relentlessly violent film. Yes, I know the subject matter. Absolutely. But for 1932, and I've seen quite a few pre-code movies, just shockingly violent. And I had to look that up after. And apparently, like, the censorship board was just, it was banned in several states and a whole bunch of cities for its subject matter. And yeah, I was, for 1932, for a movie that is almost 100 years old, it is just shocking. I think what happened was the Hays Code came in and sanitized everything. And so then you get movies like in the 50s. You watch American movies in the 50s, the 40s and 50s, and then you've got like the sanitized stuff. But before that, it was getting pretty wild. And I think this was one of the wilder ones, as far as I know. But yeah, the 1932 Howard Hawks Scarface. And yeah, it was very, very, like I said, like shockingly, like Katie and I were just like, wow, we're not expecting that. So if you check it out, it is relentless. It's like 100 minutes long or less, but it just does not let up. Yeah, it is absolutely pre-code. But even for pre-code, I found it like pushing it. Because pre-code didn't necessarily mean uncensored. There was a censorship board. It just, and Hays at this point was the head of it. So the full Hays Code hadn't come in yet. It was, yeah, like I said, it was good. The performances were really neat. And Dvorak, really brought it. She was very, very, very good. Paul Muni, obviously very, very good. He's very good. And then Boris Karloff shows up for like 3 scenes. He's third billed in the movie. No, I think what happened was he's billed lower down in the movie, but then Frankenstein probably came out, and then he's like third billed on the poster. And man, is he good. He is, he's Boris Karloff, right? I mean, I've got a little bust of him in my home. Of course I'm going to like Boris Karloff's performance. If you want to see Boris Karloff's best performance other than The Creature, I'd go with a movie called Targets. I'm going to grab it. It's a really fascinating film. Second. Targets. Pardon me. I just have to move crosscut. Here we go. Targets. I mean, I do love a lot of Howard Hawks films. Some of them are pretty good, but some of them are amazing. If you got Criterion Channel, there's a bunch of Howard Hawks movies on there right now. I think a bunch of them are leaving. But Targets, I would say, is one of Karloff's best performances. It's 68. So this is like the Hays Code is now shattered, right? Because Bonnie and Clyde has come out, Easy Rider's happening, all the stuff's going on. That they're ignoring the Hays Code, they're kicking it to the curb. People are taking huge chances artistically in studio released films in the States. And this one is the old and the new. This one is like this moment of Boris Karloff, an icon of classic horror, meeting the new horror, the real horror of the world. What does it say on here? I'm going to read this out to you. Excuse me. Old Hollywood collides with new Hollywood and screen horror with real life horror. Oh, there we go. In the startling debut feature from Peter Bogdanovich, bankrolled by Roger Corman. Yes. This chillingly prescient vision of American-made carnage casts Boris Karloff as a version of himself, an aging horror movie icon whose fate intersects with that of a seemingly ordinary young man on a psychotic spree around Los Angeles. So yeah, it's a very dark movie, but Boris Karloff is so good in it. It's a really, really affecting movie. I know when Katie and I watched it, Katie was really affected by it. And I just noticed, still shrink wrapped. Huh. Good to know. But yeah, that was, Targets is really, really good. And the lava being, you saw the god monster of Indian Flats about a mutated sheep that takes its sweet, sweet time to finally kill the corrupt heads of a Nevada mining town. Wow. Oh, that sounds great. Sounds awesome. Yeah, so Peter Bogdanovich, he's done some really good stuff too. He did What's Up, Doc, which is a screwball comedy done in the 70s, starring Ryan O'Neal and Barbara Streisand. Really, really excellent. Madeline Kahn's in it. Enough said there, right? But it's really, really, really good, except for one line. And you'll know what it is when you watch the movie. You're like, gross. But once again, comedy needs to age, right? Comedy needs to evolve. And yeah, there was just one line here that you're like, oh boy. And the other one, Paper Moon, I would say, is Bogdanovich's, my favorite of his. So he did Paper Moon, also with Ryan O'Neal and Tatum O'Neal. And it was an excellent film, truly excellent film. Yes, Doc Mars, Tales to Amaze. Yeah, one of your favorite stories about the movie is essentially only exists because Roger Corman and Boris Karloff had 2 more days, so they quickly put together. Yeah, this is one of those. They use footage from a Corman-made Boris Karloff movie in here for his movies, and yeah, so they quickly put together a movie, which is absolutely Roger Corman. When you watch his movies, you're like, this was a weekend well spent making this film. Yeah, it's his stuff was great. I love Roger Corman's movies. He produced another movie. What was the last one I saw of his that he produced? Pretty recent. There's The Shooting, starring Jack Nicholson. That was really good. Last Picture Show is also an excellent movie. I think we got it over. Yeah, we got it over there on 4K. There was a sequel to The Last Picture Show that I didn't know about. It's called Texasville. Came out in like 90. I've not seen it, but there's a director's cut of it on the DVD set that we have. Or the 4K set we have. I think we should just call everything DVDs. It's just easy. I got a Blu-ray, I got a DVD, I got a 4K, I got a 4K UHD, I got a 4K digital. This is a Blu-ray. Yeah, there's some good stuff that he's done and some stuff that not so great, but hey, me too with the not so great. I'm still waiting on doing the great thing. Yeah. So that was our movie related week. God, this is one of those days where I could sit here and I could talk for 3-4 hours. Absolutely. But yeah, this gig is, I'm going to double check my, my time on the gig. Give me a sec. You see here when it starts, because I need a good 30-40 minutes to prep for it too. Because they give me these gigs in their own time. So this is 1:30 Central. So that's 11:30. Yeah. So I do need to pop off before 11, which it works. I got to take it. Doc Mars, Tales to Amaze. Yes, the movie that we used in there was The Terror. The Terror was the original movie. It was with Jack Nicholson. It was secretly directed by Francis Ford Coppola. The Terror had Francis Ford Coppola working on it. I think there was like a bunch of directors that sort of came in and out on that. Yeah. I mean, it's no Megalopolis. And no, I have not watched Megadoc because I don't think I have the patience to watch Megadoc. I watched Megalopolis. Megadoc is the making of it, but it's the making of it made by a friend of Francis Ford Coppola. So, yes, and of course, Doc Mart's Tales to Amaze. Nail on the head. Ryan O'Neal is also famous for giving the oh god no, oh god no. Right, he's like reading a note or something. Oops, sorry, just banged on that. But also, he's incredible in Barry Lyndon. And I think it's because he is in Barry Lyndon. If you ever watch Barry Lyndon, that is a movie about a himbo who fails upward. That's it. That's the movie. It is a weird comedy. At least that's how I see it. He is just such a screw up, but he keeps failing upward. He's like Michael Scott, except a himbo Michael Scott. And he just keeps screwing up, but keeps succeeding. And what I think is kind of my train of thought was derailed there. Pardon me. Because we know he's a good actor. Just that was a choice that was made, and that was a choice that was kept. He's also in a movie, which I love, called The Zero Effect, directed by Jake Kasdan, starring Bill Pullman, Ben Stiller, and if you can find Zero Effect, it's not the easiest movie to find on a streamer. I think you can probably rent it digitally. I don't think it exists on Blu-ray. I actually have it on DVD. And yeah, if you can find it, I'm sure you Maritimers out there are able to find it. It's a fun movie. It's one of my favorite movies from the 90s. I saw it when I was 20 years old. And I think if I saw it now, I wouldn't be as crazy about it. But it is absolutely the most Eric, you're 20 and this is for you movie I've ever seen. Yeah. So I'd check out The Zero Effect. Yes, of course, Barry Lyndon and all that, but yeah, Zero Effect is fun. I did get something. I did pick something up. A pre-order came in. I'm excited about it. I'm going to grab it. Studio Series 86 Soundwave came in. As you can see here, let's take a look. I have not opened them yet, but I'm excited about opening up this one here. I do like a Soundwave. I do think the box is weirdly big for the figure. Like you can see the figure here. Whoops. You can see the glare. You can see the figure here. And the box did not need to be as big as it is. In fact, if you look down here, there's so much space between his feet and the bottom of the box. This box could have been like half the size. But yeah, so this is, yeah, I'm excited about opening this one up. I already have a Soundwave. I can see how this one compares to the other one. And there's another one coming in, another pre-order that I like. These are things I pre-ordered in like October. I'm gonna grab a picture. So the Studio Series 86 toys are done up to look like they did in the Transformers the movie. But the Studio Series 86 Thundercracker is on its way, which I'm also really happy with, because if there's a Studio Series 86 Thundercracker on its way, that means they're going to be making other Seekers. And I want my Starscream, I want my Skywarp. These are all these are all things that I think would be fun to have. Trying to see if I downloaded the picture, but it didn't show up in the folder. Oh well, you all know what he looks like. He's a blue Seeker. For a brief second, you thought you got the new RoboSense self-transforming one. And yeah, how the F did you afford that? Oh, listen, I would absolutely love the RoboSense transforming Soundwave. Folks, there's a RoboSense transforming Soundwave. A self-transforming Soundwave. I would love that. Oh no, that would cost more than my TV. Deucenage, you can't wait to head out to Toys R Us Langley so Toys R Us Langley is one of the last Toys R Us's to not shut its doors because Toys R Us is gone, right? Until the mall just chained the door shut and said, "Oh, you have not paid us rent," and it's like $90,000. So, Deucenage, here's the thing: I don't know how far into the shutdown they are on this, but from what I understand, they have to dispose of the toys by or the contents by a certain date. So if they don't, if the Toys R Us people don't pay the $90,000 or whatever in rent, the company just keeps the mall people or whoever owns that they just keep the toys. So that they may all show up on auction at some point. You may want to keep your eye out for that because there might be some interesting things in there. Yeah. Oh, good. They're doing drop shipping and AI at Toys R Us. No. We did not refuse to grow up just for that to happen. Our refusal to grow up was for games and toys. Oh boy. None of this drop shipping nonsense. Dumpster diving. But yeah, so there's going to be possibly like, if you look up like, not police auctions, but there's like auctions. There used to be a store. There used to be a place on a Main and like 3rd where basically closed down stores that had their stuff seized would have their stuff sold off there. And I want to say it shared its name with a wine gum manufacturer. Maynard's. That's what it was called. So Maynard's Liquidation Group used to be, they're on 130 West Broadway. And apparently there's a canceled TV show liquidation happening right now. Canceled TV show liquidation. There's also canceled TV series wardrobe, furniture, and set dressing. Tables, consoles, nightstands, appliances, 130 Broadway. So it's the old MEC location on Columbia and Broadway. This is good to know. So yeah, keep your eye out on MaynardsRetail.com. Yeah. I remember buying some like raw denim jeans way back when. But this could be a good place to keep an eye out for. I don't want to grow up. I'm a soulless digital algorithm. Yeah, it doesn't quite have the same ring it does at Ukes. The one out in Kelowna seemed to close and seemingly became a Spirit Halloween overnight. Oh, DL the DM. I'm afraid we all may become Spirit Halloweens. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're all just going to look over and our country is going to be a Spirit Halloween store if we don't watch out. Yeah. DL the DM, are you out in Kelowna now? That's wild. Yeah. So yeah, check out. So Maynard's Retail will have stuff. I didn't even know they were still around. But Toys R Us may show up there. Doc Mars Tales of Maze, you're actually a Spirit Halloween store right now. Wow. I don't think we have a. Hang on one second here. So yeah, check out Maynard's website. I'm interested in this. Can't see all the cool stuff. All the like the DC shows, all the sci-fi shows that have gone away. That stuff's come and gone in all the prop sales. I keep missing out on those. Wow, you've been on Kelowna for 3 years. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're out there, and I hope you're doing great. It's fantastic. I am in North Burnaby. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. But folks, where are we? We're at 10:30. Yeah, I should start winding it down now. I feel like we're just getting started. but I got this gig that I got to start prepping for. Dude says, you remember going to an arcade auction years ago and some of those machines seemed extremely affordable. Had you been further in your career, you might have gotten one. Yeah. They were like way, way, way back when. I remember like going into places like that and going, I'm sorry, that I could, yeah. I like now it's like, yeah, I could do that. And now it's like, now that we can, it's far too expensive. Like there are so many things that I look back in the past, like, oh yeah, I remember going into a store when I was 22 and thinking, boy, that's great, but $150 for that, that's really above my price range. And now it's like, oh yeah, I'd pay $150 for that. And you're like, why is it $2,000? That happened, especially with stuff that I was interested in. It's now like all, but that's okay. Because you know what it is? That's all just stuff. Stuff is just stuff. It's just things. It's just things and stuff. So what's important? What's important is you, folks. You. All right, we're at 10:30. Yeah. Just a quick reminder. We do have a show coming up. Critical Hit JFL show, February 17th at the Rio Theater. Tell your friends, spread the word. I want to make sure I want this to be our biggest show. I think it has the potential to be the biggest show. The problem is at this point is getting the word out, because the venue is like, no, we're not going to make posters because it's a JFL thing. And JFL is like, we're making posters for 100 things. So there's no postering. None of this is happening. The venue is like, oh no, this is a JFL production. You're on. So I'm on my own when it's coming to marketing. It's just me. And what have I got? A Blue Sky account and an Instagram that nobody follows. So my hope is that this is our biggest show, and I bet we could do it. So if you're like, if you've been on the fence about seeing a show, a Critical Hit show, this is the one to see. It's happening February 17th. It's at the Rio. This is the one to see. And if you can't see it, send the info to your friends so that they can see it. What is... Yeah, I'm going to get some advice from Doc Mars Tales to Amaze. I need a sandwich board and megaphone. I really do. Honestly, I'd be out there with a bell going, Critical Hit Show. Critical Hit Show. It's time for the Critical Hit Show. Yeah, like I'm going to start like doing one of these, like, I'm going to post about this every day. I have to post about it every day. Doc Mars Tales to Amaze. I'm always open to advice about how to make the stream better. How to make things more fun. But yeah, with Critical Hit, come on out. Yeah, vertical streaming is the real way to go. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing I think there's a way that I can get a second feed going, a vertical feed. Because I don't want to stop this because I like this. The Critical Hit crier. I will almost double my audience. And yeah, I do agree that I know a lot more people are doing vertical streaming. There are ways, and I'm going to look into it. There are ways to do both at the same time, where like having a second feed. I will look into that. That is something that I am interested in doing. Getting more people to see, getting more eyes on stuff is never a bad thing. So yeah. So that's the next show is Critical Hit February 17th. Now, I found out that Letterman's coming on the 18th for JFL. Like it was just announced. Letterman and Zach Galifianakis are doing a show together, which I'd love to see. I'm going to see if my, I get a pass. Okay. I get a pass as a show producer. I do get a pass, so I can go to some shows, but this one I probably can't get into. Yeah. So you tried it a few times, and the numbers like shut up crazy. You got like almost 1,000 followers in a couple weeks. Yeah. No, I gotta get on that. Feel free to shoot me a message in Discord on how you did it, how it worked for you, and yeah. I mean, or you could, if you feel like posting it in Discord too, that's fine too. Try to get him to play D&D. Well, one of the things we used to do is when we had special guests, when the Rio had special guests, we would get them to roll D20s, right? So they would roll a 20-sided die and we'd film it and we'd call it the celebrity roll. I would love to be able to do that with some people, but I also don't want to bug them. I would love to get Letterman to do, obviously, but there's no way I'm getting near Letterman. There's no way I'm getting near Zach Galifianakis. Maybe Ed Gamble at an after party, which would still be cool because it's Ed Gamble. You want David Letterman to play D&D. So, what's your character there, Dave? He's a merchant. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you entered. And what do you say? Want to buy a monkey? Thank you. That's a reference to the film Cabin Boy. Cabin Boy. You know, who says turning 50 means you don't have up-to-date references? So Critical Hit, February 17th. I'm getting dates as we speak for the other Critical Hit dates for the rest of the year and for my Little Mountain Gallery shows with Ian that are happening. So stay tuned. We're going to get more dates real quick. Like in the next few days. Like I can tell you I've gotten at least one Little Mountain show confirmed. Let's see. I can tell you. I'll be able to tell you. Where is it? Why can't I see it? I did get something from the wonderful people. Here we go. Yeah, July. We've got our March date and our July date. So we need a May date, which we'll figure out. And then of course, Critical Hit. We'll work out with the Rio. But in the meantime and in between time, I was going to say, hey, you should check out my stuff on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. You know where it is. It's right here on YouTube. I'm going to have some stuff coming up hopefully shortly. I'm going to have that Patreon launching soon once I get enough content. And of course, tickets to my future shows will be available at ericfell.com/tickets or vancouvercomedy.ca. In the meantime, folks, hey, you like my stuff? Well, you can support me at coffee.com/ericfell if you're in a position to help the channel grow. So we can make more things like this and also eat and pay rent, which is also fun. Folks, I hate jumping off this early, but there is no business like the corporate entertainment business. There's no business I know. So I got to prep for the gig, got to change into my suit, got to turn all this into a thing and do some corporate team building online over Zoom, which is, it's fun. I do have to say that. You are all awesome. You all know where the Discord is. I'll do that one more time. Like I said, I feel like we're just getting started today, but I got to hop off. Corporate executive. Oh, don't worry. It's called corporate entertainment, but it's not for executives. This is actually, I'm not going to say the client for privacy purposes, but this event is for a nonprofit. And this is, I'm doing the event for a nonprofit. So don't worry. I'm not like, don't worry. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, rest of your week. Let's hang out on Discord. There's more stuff coming up. I'm really excited about all the stuff that I'm working on right now. Some of my favorite jokes. I ran about 12 minutes of a new thing for Katie. Katie really liked it. And, not just because we're married, but she actually thought it was funny. No, I'm not coaching Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg's improv team. It's called Prov. Thank you. I censored it because, boy, that word that I just used would have gotten me kicked right the hell off YouTube. It started with a C. My fee is not nonprofit. My fee is... Look it up, my fee, folks. All right, folks, you have yourselves a wonderful week. We'll see you in the future. See you soon. Thank you. You're all awesome. Thank you.